Hello guys, it's Space Star coming at ya, and today we are here with my March movie haul. I added 16 movies to my collection this month, but before we can get into those movies, I did get 5 movies on February 29th, so we're gonna start with those because I didn't talk about those in the previous video yet. Gonna go through them a little quicker, but the first one is Independence Day Resurgence. I really enjoy the first Independence Day one, so hopefully this one is just as good. Then the next movie we have is Blade Runner, the final cut. Haven't seen any cut of Blade Runner, but I am excited to check all that out. Blade Runner is a very iconic movie and is one of those movies that has gone through a bunch of different cuts. So apparently the final cut is the best cut, so have to check that out at some point. Then the next movie is one that I really love, 2018's Bumblebee. I've seen the first Transformers movie and this one, so this is one of 2 that I've seen. Yeah, Bumblebee is just a awesome movie. It's very different from the other movies, but it's just so good. I love it so much. The next one we have is the Bourne Identity. I saw this one a little bit before I got it and for the first time, and it is pretty good. You have this little opening thing, which was the main reason I opted for this DVD compared to a Blu-ray, because I know I want to own all these on Blu-ray. So then the next one is For Your Eyes Only. Really into the Bond kick right now, so happy to pick up one on Blu-ray because you don't find those too much in stores unless they're the Craig ones. So now I'm currently in the Roger Moore era right now, so watched this one a little bit ago. It's good. Not the strongest Bond outing, but it is a pretty good movie. Now, getting into the March ones, had to pick up this movie. It is Wonka. I did see this in theaters near when it came out, and it is just such a charming movie. The soundtrack is really good. Really happy to own this one. The Blu-ray art and all that is pretty nice. I like how it's just simple on the side. So happy to own that one. Went out of my way to get that one. And then the next one, a little Tom Cruise double feature for War of the Worlds and Minority Report. So I guess it's a Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg double feature because these are apparently both Steven Spielberg films. Still really enjoying Tom Cruise movies. Really excited to check both of those out. Heard good things about them. Next one is one that I have actually seen. Creed 2. This is a really good movie. The fights almost feel more personal, where you have Drago's kid. It ties back into Rocky 4. It's almost like a Rocky 4 legacy sequel. I really like it. It's amazing. Creed 2 is pretty good. I think it was my favorite of the 2. I really liked Creed 1 and 2 almost equally. I think I liked Creed 2 a little bit more. Next one, found at Walmart, they had this, a Transformers Age of Extinction Steelbook, which is honestly kind of crazy, and it was only $8. So, had to pick this one up because that's awesome. And since that last haul, I've been on a Christopher Nolan kick. So I watched Inception, really good, Interstellar, really good, and then rewatched Dark Knight Rises, and needed to pick up a couple more because they weren't on streaming. Tenet on 4K. It was actually a decent deal to get this off of Amazon. So happy to get this on 4K. Excited to check it out. Funny story with this one is when it first came, I ordered it as a Blu-ray, and it was a Scottish version, so I tried it in my player and it wouldn't work, so had to go with the 4K, which is a little annoying that you have to send something back when it doesn't work, but I mean, I got the better outcome. I have the 4K now and it wasn't that much more, so need to check that one out. Then next we have Dunkirk. I have watched this one since getting the Blu-ray, and it didn't really work for me. Mostly because this movie doesn't really have a story or characters. It focuses more on how it structures its time, and I didn't fully get that. So I have to watch it again and see if it works better for me knowing that, because I just felt like I was kind of just sitting through it. It wasn't that long, so I felt like might as well finish it. Next one, a movie that I actually quite enjoy, Cowboys and Aliens. As soon as I found out that Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig were in a Western like slash like alien movie together, I'm like, just the fact that they're in a movie together, I need to watch this, and it's pretty good. It's not like anything incredible, but it's quite fun. There's lots of like iconic actors in there and stuff. And then next we have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Still haven't seen the Apes trilogy, so at least I own them. We'll have to definitely get on watching those because I've done 2 Kingdom trailer reactions and now I own the first 2 Blu-rays and I have not seen the trilogy yet, but it is on my list, so next one, or next ones, are all Fast and Furious Blu-rays. Too Fast, Too Furious. This movie is dumb fun, but I kind of love it. It's quite a good movie. Then next one, we have Fast and Furious. Not as big on this one, but it is still pretty fun. It's the first proper sequel to the first movie. So that's kind of fun, and the way they like have to like ride through caves and all that is kind of interesting. Makes for some interesting scenes, and I remember the villain being interesting enough, so I'm gonna have to rewatch that one at some point. And then this one was an upgrade because I do have Fast 5, 6, and Furious 7 on DVD, so now I have Fast Furious 6 on Blu-ray. So that's cool. I really like how these ones have like the numbers on the side. The funny thing is the other 2 have it in Roman numerals, which is kind of weird that they switched it up. Next one, more Bourne movies. The Bourne Supremacy. Haven't watched this one, but need to. The Bourne Ultimatum on DVD. This was actually just $1, so I'm like, would rather have it on Blu-ray, but $1 just to own it in general, why not? Next one is a comedy that I really enjoy, Paul Blart Mall Cop. This is like a classic like comedy movie. I really enjoyed this one. The villains are really funny. It's just a really good movie. I enjoy it a lot. And then next movie, we have a 80s classic with Top Gun. This movie's a blast. I do like Maverick more, but this movie is still like really good. The soundtrack is incredible, and you can't have Maverick without Top Gun, and Top Gun's still pretty dang good. And then last, but hopefully not least, because I haven't seen it yet, and it's not least because it has a pretty cool slipcover, is Van Helsing. Hugh Jackman's great as Wolverine. Back on the Christopher Nolan thing, I watched The Prestige this week, and he's in that, and boy did that make me want to watch, like, Greatest Showman again, because, like, same sort of, like, stage performing type idea. Like, obviously very different movies, but I love The Prestige, and it made me love Hugh Jackman even more. This is the haul. 16 March movies, plus the 5 at the bottom from the end of February, gets us to, I believe, a total of 21. Actually, I lied. The total is 22, and it's 17 movies from March, so must have missed one of my initial counting. Good thing I counted again. I'm pretty happy with this. Always nice to have another 4K in the collection. My second Steelbook, as I do have a Green Lantern Steelbook. Happy to get some Blu-rays, get some more completion in the collection. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to share in the comments any physical media that you have gotten recently that you think is cool and interesting. And with that all being said, Space Viper out. Let's hope to a good April. Peace.